Passengers include been leftward twisted in airports about the planet following the crash of budgeting airline company Primera Airborne. The airline company begun offer length-haul air transportation of UK airports over the year, consisting Stansted to the US. Air transportation to Washington and New York due to keep Stansted on Monday overnight were earthed, and passengers include been said not to go to the aeroport on Tuesday. Undergraduate Pavithra Priyadarshini found out how her flying was broken while she arriving at US aeroport Dulles. I came there to verify in my baggage and the signboard's proverb how all the air transportation of Primera had been broken, she said the Victoria Derby program. She told she did not include quite cash to volume of flying during the following date, or quite cash money to remain in a regional inn. I did not aware which to do. Yet currently, I don't aware which I'm departure to do. I'm fair meeting in the aeroport. She at first tested to pin Primera Airborne, but the client facility web had fully closed downward. She later went to some airlines who had area consisting Joint and UK Airways, but couldn't provide the card prices. She is request for assist of friends and household to try to lift cash to get a card behind to the UK, she says. Some passengers include as well complained. Simon Carrington told he had no precautionary of the airline company how it was on to go bosom, and just found out while he tested to verify in for a flying of Malaga to Manchester. I am angry how they never said me. Scare set in while I recite how they had ceased trade. Mr. Carrington controlled to volume else flying at brief note, but he had to pay £400 more then. With hope as I pay on my letter of credit map I will be coded for a complete return, but now it has be a really costly brief travel, he told. All Primera Air passengers who had ordered air transportation in the airline company of the start of October. The UK by the government has no plans to immigrate nomadic people as it did following the crash of King Airlines recent year. The budgeting airline company is recorded in Denmark and thus is not portion of the UK civilian aircraft credibility's ATOL Protect schema. The schema relating passengers ordered on pack holidays. Yet, if passengers ordered via a journey broker that is ATOL protected, they may be capable to complain reimbursement via them. Human beings who ordered a flying with a letter of credit map, and pay more than rather than £100, may be capable to complain reimbursement of their letter of credit map company by Chapter 75 of the Customer Letter of Credit Act 1974. If passengers pay by debit map they could try to pin their banking to query chargeback. To get the cash behind, their banking would requirement to get the cash behind of Primera's banking. Passengers could as well query a chargeback on a letter of credit map. Human beings in journey insurance coverage may be capable to complain if their politics coded inconsistency. Customer team that advises passengers to pin their letter of credit map emitter, journey broker, or underwriter as quickly as probable. The airline company begun out in 2003 by offer chartered air transportation for Nordic round operators, take holidaymakers to destinations such as Spain, Greece, Italy, Egypt, and Turkey. It introduced the UK marketplace in April, offer cheap-cost air transportation of Stansted and Birmingham to Polar America, consisting Washington, Newark, and Toronto. The airline company was due to begin air transportation of Manchester to Malaga after the monthly. It had 15 planes and flew to 97 destinations in 23 countries. The airline company accused a fail to safe length-term funding for departure bosom, proverb it had no selection but to folder for bankrupt. It as well told the deceased arrive of new plane of bus had as well constrained it to revoke air transportation and rent planes. But Primera's judgment to begin competitive in some cheap cost length haul operators such as Norse and WOW appears to include led to its death. While it began length haul operative of Stansted in May, Primera was offer air transportation to New York's Newark Airport, Boston, Washington, D.C. and Toronto start at £149 every path. It had planned to begin flyer of Madrid to New York, Boston and Toronto following monthly of €149 every path. This general sense in the production was, the airline company is traveling a bit too quick in regulation of their extension in a navy of how amount, he told.